All right, let's do this. How's it going, comic book lovers? Tony Fix here, Blue Green Artifacts. Good to see you. All 12 of you who are going to check out this video. No, I'm. If you caught any of my other videos, you might know already, but I'm trying to revive this channel from the dead. So we are turning it into a pickups channel. So I have a really bad habit of buying a lot of books. Some of them to sell, some of them to get graded and either sit on or sell, and some of them just to hold on to for a while. My kids are making a ton of noise upstairs. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but c'est la vie. But yeah, it's Friday night. I got a little Sweet Child Divine IPA from Fulton, and I've got a really big pile of stuff that I got to sort through into different boxes. Before I do that, let's show what came in. We might talk about it a little bit. We might just gloss over it. I'm not the smartest person in the world, so sometimes you just buy stuff with your gut, and sometimes it pans out, right? If you're on Instagram, of course you're on Instagram. You're watching YouTube, of course you're on Instagram. Go follow Blue Green Artifacts there as well. I do kind of the same thing. I haven't been selling as much on eBay, focusing more on Whatnot recently. But anyways, let's get moving here. I've got a lot to get through. The interesting stuff I might slow down and talk about a little bit. So this first part of the pile is pre-orders. This is X Lives of Wolverine #1. This is the Todd Knock animated variant, 1 in 25. I just like that. I haven't been a fan of the Knock headshot variants. They look like severed heads to me, but that one looks really nice. I like it. We've got Marvel Voices Heritage #1. I think this is a first appearance and a first cover of this character. I honestly don't remember. I'd have to look it up. I haven't had a chance to read a lot of these. I do read a lot of my stuff in trade anyways. I just can't keep up. X Deaths of Wolverine, or X Lives of Wolverine #1, the spoiler variant. We're looking at a new costume there. I don't know. None of those spoiler variants have really panned out, but hey, why not? Another copy, another variant cover of Voices Heritage. This is the they did another one on indigenous cultures, and this is their second series on indigenous cultures. So they usually plug in a few first appearances there. This is from Vault Luna Room #1. I do like Vault comics. They haven't had a hit in quite a while. I try to pick up as many of those indie #1s. So now I think we are moving to. We got a few comic shop purchases mixed in here. We got Radioactive Spider-Gwen #1. I think this is just the cover A. Yeah, these are the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So here, let me show this one first. TMNT has been pretty cool this whole last year. Only a few books have popped. This is their newest one. This is TMNT #125, and we have the Punk Frogs on the cover. This is the third incarnation of the Punk Frogs. It is not the same members with the same names, but it's the same idea. This, I guess you could say this is the first one that's in kind of continuity. I don't know. First time they're on the cover, if nothing else. But I did grab a few copies of that. I like that idea. I actually started hunting down some of their first, the comics where they first appeared as well. We have the 125, the same comic, the 1 in 10 incentive variant. Nice cover on that one. All right. These are all kind of mixed up, I believe. We've got, I think this is a new one. Adam Hughes cover for She-Hulk #1, looking good. I don't think there's a lot of movement spec-wise on She-Hulk yet on the new series. We've got this Shadow Man the Thing homage. Love those Thing homage covers. What else? Little Red Sonja. Black, White, and Red from Dynamite. Nice kind of an animated anime style cover there as well. I snagged, I think, just one copy of this. I pre-ordered this. Obviously should have grabbed a few more. This has become a nice book. We'll probably be selling that when the show comes. There was a first, I don't know, I got 3 copies of this Incredible Hulk, or Hulk #1, this wraparound featuring I don't know if it's a new character, a new variant. Again, I buy too many books. I really like this Alex Ross sketch wraparound cover they did for the second print of Black Panther #1. No Tosin appearance in there, but really pretty cover. I'm not a huge fan of sketch covers all the time, but that one is really nice. I am still picking up the Galactic Icons when I can find them for cheap. I think this one was between $5 and $7, something like that. Darth Maul, obviously one of the premium characters to find. So this is one of the books that had an early appearance of the Punk Frogs. Not the very first appearance. I think this was kind of the second incarnation. It is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Amazing Adventures #3, the subscription cover. You know what? I think there are 2 variant covers for that first appearance of the Punk Frogs. I think this is the subscription, and then I have somewhere here, I have the other one as well. This I picked up from my good friend Phil at Vintage Comics and Toys on Whatnot Moon Knight #200. A beautiful cover there. Moon Knight is all about cover art, obviously, right? No, there's more to it than that, I know. I have been on a Gabby and Laura hunt, X-23 and Honey Badger, and I ran across this variant cover for X-23 #16. I think this is volume 2 back in 2011, and it is beautiful. Kind of a Captain Universe mashup with Laura, but really nice cover, and I think there's only like 1 left on eBay. Another one of the Punk Frog first appearance books. There are a few of these Sprouse variants that are now starting to move. So I tried to jump on a few more that showed first appearances of characters who were previously only in the cartoons. This is Darth Vader #17, the variant with Darth Maul and his brother, whose name escapes me right now. I'm sorry. Got 5 copies of that one. Let's see. These were super cheap on Things from Another World, so I grabbed, I think, 10 more. I think I have 10 or 15 somewhere. So this is Unicorn #1. This is the second print. Very pink. My daughter loves it. But I want to say these were like less than $2, like half of cover price. I was told by the people at Scout Comics that filming for this movie starts this month. Debbie Berman, who is a longtime Marvel movie MCU editor, this is her first feature. Don Hanfield and what was his name? Joshua Malkin co-wrote and are co-producing the movie, kind of doing like a family 80s style, family friendly, I don't know. My daughter loves it, and so we've been hunting all the variant covers. There's a lot of them because there was I'm not sure if it was a crowd-funded like Kickstarter style thing to start. So I nabbed a couple of these extra of Strange Academy #15. This is the first cover appearance of that new character. Kind of cooled off a little bit, but Strange Academy is pretty solid as usual. All right, let's get some of these slabs out of the way. So this was a Super Bowl purchase. Shuri #1 and a 9.8. Sometimes if you jump on eBay when the big events are going on, like the Super Bowl, search for auctions that are ending soon, and you might find a few people who didn't time their auctions very well. So I nabbed this for like $54 or something like that. I think I sold a raw one of these for 40. So that is a hell of a deal, if you ask me. What else? Oh, I had pre-ordered these two from Slabbed Heroes, Nick at Slabbed Heroes, a while ago when these fine art covers came out. This is a Gleason cover for Black Panther #25, the previous volume. It is really nice. I think a lot of people ordered these, so they don't have a heck of a lot of value right now, but I got a really good price on both of these, so I'll just stash them away. Martian, what's going on, man? How's it going? You lost a couple bids during the game? Yeah. Well, it's a good strategy. I think a lot of people have the same idea. But yeah, you can. It is possible to nab some pretty damn good deals. I'm trying to grab slabs out of the way, the ones I can reach. All right. Oh, this was an eBay pack. Oh, first off, a couple more of the Punk Frog. First appearance of the Punk Frogs for TMNT. This was a lot that I was really happy to get on eBay. So these are all promo Marvel comics from the 90s. This is a flip book. You got Spider-Man on one side. This is the Charleston Chew. You can see on the bottom there. It's the flip book. Spider-Man's on this side, and the other side is Wolverine and Jubilee, the Sam Keith art. That art is probably a little bit more famous than this one, but I'm going to leave it in the bag for right now. So that came in the lot. We've got Avengers Presents #1. This was another Charleston Chew Sugar Babies mail away promotion book. It came with Ghost Rider #1. This is a KB Stores mail away from the 90s. I was going to say that is not. I can't catch the art. Doesn't look like Sam Keith though. And then we've got Daredevil #1. This is a Gamma. I'm not even sure where that came from, but a Gamma up here. Oops, up here. Mail away. So all four of these mail aways got them for like $20 total. That Charleston Chew is really hard to find. This is the one with Wolverine Jubilee on the other side and Spider-Man on this side. CGC Census only has a few. Those mail away books, you know, #1, they weren't really mailed very cleanly. So they're not the easiest ones to get in great grade. #2, not a lot of people do that stuff. You know, it just takes a lot of extra effort. Pardon me while I'm reaching more stuff back here. Other books that have been on my radar are those Battle Line variants. We have a few of them that have started popping up. So I've been trying to hunt down others that I think are either really nice or I think will be popping up in the future. Blade doesn't have a lot of modern covers, so this is a really nice one. I haven't shown the X-23 yet. Well, I've got one, but I got another one coming here. Yep. So we got Blade, the Battle Lines variants. Battle Lines was a NetEase mobile game, and they had the artists for the game come up with these. We got Squirrel Girl. Whoop, I'm losing my stack here. One sec. We've got War Machine. Not a big War Machine guy, but that is really nice. Yeah, the Spider-Punk has started popping. There are a few of them that have started popping up already. But a lot of them you can still find for really cheap. That Punisher is really nice. We've got a Moon Girl property coming, so you got Devil Dinosaur. Kamala Khan is a pretty spec-heavy character. This one hasn't really started moving yet, but she's got a nice Battle Lines variant. And I think that is it for the Battle Lines. What else? Trying to get to the meat of it. I've been trying to pick this one up whenever I find it. This is Shuri #3, the second print. This is the last issue that they did a second print on. The back of this is completely black. And Comicron shows orders from comic shops less than 1,000 copies. So there are not a lot of them out there. You got Groot and Rocket in the background, an all gray, a dark gray spine on the front, and all black spine on the back. These have started popping. I think they're going between 40 and 80 on eBay now. What's good, Marvel Man? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. We're about halfway through pickups. I got a lot of them. I'm sorry. So I'm trying to not waste too much time. There's not a lot from DC that really gets me excited, but this Monkey Prince has been it's kind of like a shot in the arm for DC. I like the look of the character. I think it's a really good idea. And this red envelope, my wife is I actually lived in China for 5 years and met my wife there, so we know all about red envelopes in this house. But red envelopes is what you would put money in for like Spring Festival or any time you're giving a gift. So this is the red envelope variant for Monkey Prince #1. These aren't completely rare. I think they're only going for now like 10, maybe between 10 and 20, depending on. Don't understand why comic shops show the back covers on those battle lines. Yeah, I don't know. They did 2 big runs of battle lines, and there are a lot of them out there, and many of them are really hard to find. You know, that kind of variant, if you're a comic shop, even if you are a busy comic shop, you know, if you are picking up Iron Man, how many of these do you get? Maybe like 4 max, maybe 2, you know. A lot of times they didn't see the art before release. But anyways, we've got a few of these Monkey Prints. This is the red envelope variant. And then I hunted down a couple copies of his first appearance as well. All right. Trying not to slam everything. All right. This one showed up in the mail. I ordered these from Frankie's Comics. This is Usagi Yojimbo. They did a Frankie's Comics exclusive variant from Stan Sakai, like a painted, an old ink print variant. It is beautiful. It is just beautiful. I'm not a huge fan of retailer variants. I try not to spend a lot of money on them. What's going on, Roll? Good to see you. But I did love this one. I don't chase a lot of the Usagi Yojimbo books, but that one I was going to go for. All right. Pardon me. So we've got the Miles Morales Spider-Gwen Kiss. There are a couple other Kiss books. Maybe not going to be quite as important, but kind of hard to find. This is a second print for Avengers 4, where you have She-Hulk and Thor. It was not on the art was not on the cover A, just on this cover B. I'm not saying that this is going to happen in the MCU, but oh, I've got a Russian bot. Oh, sweet. You're right. That does mean I've made it. I hate them on Instagram, man. Every time you post something, they pop up. All right, and another Kiss cover. This is another second print. We've got Falcon and Jane Foster Thor. I don't know if either one, who knows what's going to happen in the future. All I know is Jane Foster Natalie Portman has zero chemistry with Chris Hemsworth. Maybe she would have some chemistry with Anthony Mackie. All right. Talk me into it, Martian. All right. We did find a couple copies. This was the design variant for DC Festival of Heroes #1. This is the first appearance and first cover of the Monkey Prince character. These are expensive. These are like $100 a piece right now. It's a thicker, square-bound book. Definitely going to get these graded. I don't know if this character is going anywhere or not, but I like them. So, you know, if I'm going to speculate on stuff, I'm going to speculate on stuff that I like. All right, we were talking about X23. We've been hunting down a lot of Gabby and Honey Badger books. This is the trading card variant for All New Wolverine number 25. A nice cover there. Let's skip to more of those. We've got All New Wolverine number 3. I think this is the 1 in 25. Nice art on that one. I tried to nab. I saw these were kind of running out. This is Phoenix Song Echo number 1. This is the Clint 1 in 25 variant. These have started to become more and more expensive, and it was kind of drying up on eBay. And there is a first appearance in this series of a new indigenous, I think it's a mutant character. So just great art though. From that famous Clint K-L-I-N-D-T, I think his name is, the artist that they're doing an homage of. I've been picking up a lot of Scout lately, and I found these still on their website. So Night of the Cadillacs, number 2. This is, I think, the 1 in 10 incentive variant. It almost looks identical to the Night of the Cadillacs number 1. If you can see, it's kind of foil. It's just a sick cover. I think I got these for about $10 a piece. Kind of shock horror. I'm going to get all of them graded. If you look on sure. Whoop. Are we back? Did I knock something over? Hiccup. I wouldn't say so yet. I think people are chasing this Clint. That's the kind of book that you do want to check out, though, if it checks off more than one box. You know, there's definitely cover art. I mean, this is all just cover art. Pure cover by shock horror kind of thing. But if this one has some heat because it's rare, it's got a cover that a lot of people like, and it has a sneaky first appearance. Not only a first appearance, but a first appearance of a character that fits into, obviously Marvel's all about diversity now. We're going to see, we've got a lot of diverse characters, and we're going to get a lot more. So any first appearances in that area, who knows, could be important going forward. This was one I picked up on Whatnot from my good friend Sean Legg. He had a good price on this. This is Ghost Rider number 15, the gold second print. It still is a glow in the dark, I believe, but it's that gold background second print. If you can still get them for cover price, you know, why not? I wouldn't stack it up too high. The character that shows up in Phoenix Song, it's kind of a passive power. He has the ability to look back into your at your ancestors and your ancestry. I don't know. So it's not a fighting power. It's more of a what do you call it? It's more of a mystic type of power. But again, they can do anything they want with whatever characters. We're going to be seeing a lot more of Echo. We don't know any of Echo's surrounding characters aside from Kingpin yet. So I think any of the characters that have come out in Phoenix books in the last few years are fair game. But these are cheap. I think I picked this up for like $140 or something like that. For a book that's, 30 some years old, why not? In 9.8. All right, so we've got some, we were talking about Gabby X23. This was a gem, and I missed this early on, so I had to pay pretty good for this, but I think it's going up. This is the first appearance of Honey Badger in All New Wolverine number 2. This is that second print with the blue logo cover. These are hard to find. These are bigger books now. Probably can't find it for online, at least for less than $500. But her first appearance in the 1 in 25 is $1,000 book now. So, and there are fewer of these out there than that. So if you can get a hold of a copy, I think it might be a nice deal. I got a really good price on this one too. Strange Academy #1. This is the second print. I had hoarded quite a few of Strange Academy #1. I'm sending a bunch of them off to get graded. This was one I skipped though, I guess. I just missed it completely. A lot of those late printings of Strange Academy #1 are still in really good prices. And another Gabby and Laura book. I just love this cover. This, I'm trying to, here, let me take it out of the bag so we get less reflection. There are certain covers that just tell a story. You know, you got Gabby and Laura crashing on the couch with a book and a sword impaled on the floor and the blades out. I love this cover. There's certain, you know, like that Moon Knight cover too, where he had just beat up a bunch of guys. It almost looks like a screenshot from a TV show or a movie, where it really does tell a story. I can't wait until we get to see Gabby and Laura on screen. I think that would be a great arc to have a Disney series, a Disney Plus series on. I've talked about it before, but why am I putting any money into these? Disney Plus, I think, is the perfect platform for mutant stories. The X-Men stories are told in arcs. You've got the Days of Future Past. You've got Dark Phoenix. You've got the Trial of Magneto. You've got the Mojoverse. You've got all these. They're pretty self-contained arcs. A lot of similar characters jump back and forth, but you jump back and forth in time. You jump back and forth to different realities, even. Old Man Logan. It fits really well in the Disney Plus platform because it would be hard to make, as we know with Dark Phoenix, it's hard to make one movie that can tell that whole story. But if you stretch it out into like 2 seasons, yeah, you really can tell that whole story. You can flesh out the Mojoverse and Longshot and Spiral. You can flesh out the Days of Future Past and all the characters in between. So I'm looking for those arcs and what characters are going to show up in those arcs. And I think Gabby and Laura are a safe bet. There's a lot of mutant first appearances out there in the last 10 years. But if you look at the price of Gabby Honey Badger's first appearance, it is huge compared to, you have to go all the way back to X-23, you know, to get another book that is at the same value. So I think there's a lot of popularity. There's a lot of heat there. I think watching a show like that where you get a sister dynamic, you know, cross-country adventure kind of thing, I think that would be cool. I'm stacking I am not going to go through all my I got some Walmart packs, but really didn't find much in them. Just another copy of that all-new Wolverine #2. This is just the regular cover A. These are still hovering around $200. So considering the 1 in 25 is approaching 1,000, I think 200 is a good deal for them, definitely. And then we've got a Star Wars book, finally. Star Wars Tales #23. This is one of the Revan keys. First time he shows up as Darth Revan. This is a 9.6, but it is a newsie. So got a pretty decent price on this one as well. Revan, we've been putting together Revan content on Tales from the Flip Side. We have one Revan show and trying to flesh out kind of same thing, looking at those other characters. His story is going to be huge, whether it would be a TV show or whether it would be a trilogy of movies. You know, he's a huge cult character, but if wherever we see them, we're going to see more characters than him. We're going to see Darth Malak. We're going to see Theron Shan, Satele Shan, all these other characters. So Revan books are fun to hunt down, but go hunt down those other characters as well. So and newsies. Anytime I can get a Star Wars newsstand variant from 2005, newsstands obviously kept going until about 2014, 2013, something like that. So they were out there at this time, but they do command a premium on on the secondary market. And I think the last thing I wanted to show was I am not an international comic collector. I do have them. I mean, I'm starting to buy more and more. I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole because it's so expensive and so hard to do. But I did with this one. These were sent to me in saran wrap from Spain. This is Dungeons and Dragons, or in Spanish, Dragones y Mazmorras, #1 from 1984. So if you see, it's got those characters from that 1980s, the early 80s animated show, Dungeons and Dragons, with the Dungeon Master. The back of this one. There, you got the Dungeon Master on the bottom, and I don't even remember the bad guy's name, the one with the wings. So that was a really popular show here, but it was even more popular in Spain. It was so popular that they actually gave it a comic book when it didn't have a US comic book. Dungeons and Dragons did not show up in US books. It didn't get its own US book until 1989. There were some Dungeons and Dragons advertisements that had full page comic strips as part of the ads that were peppered into various Marvel comics in the early 80s, 81, 82. I don't have a list of those. That would be fun to hunt those down too. But in terms of having its own book, this Spanish edition of Dungeons and Dragons is actually the first appearance of Dungeons and Dragons in comics. So these are not cheap. I have not, like I said, I haven't taken them out of the saran wrap yet, so I don't really even know what condition they're in. I might get them graded. I don't know. A lot of people don't get their international books graded, but I kind of like to because I don't want them to get messed up. And this one, they packed a couple other books with it. I think this is the preview for not a comic book, but what do they call it? They call it Marvel Age, but like a preview of Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur. And then underneath, you can kind of see it right there. There is the Spain edition of X-Men animated, the animated series, or X-Men Adventures #1 is in there too. I will definitely take these out. I want to get a closer look. They're not in great condition, but if you, again, I'm far from the expert, but if you can get an international book, grade does not matter as much. If you just want to get one and then keep looking, and then if you can upgrade to a nicer grade. This one looks a little bit better, but even this, it might be maybe a 4.0 or something. I don't know. But I played Dungeons and Dragons growing up. It was fun. I have good memories. There's a big movie coming out they're working on right now with Chris Pine. There's a really big cast. They've tried Dungeons and Dragons movies in the past that have completely failed. So we'll see. Maybe they can turn it around this time. Hasbro has the license, or Hasbro owns the IP. And I'm not sure who has the comic license right now. IDW, I think, was the last one to have a big series. DC had the license for comics for many, many years. I know Boom has been doing Magic the Gathering, which is also owned by Hasbro. So maybe Boom has Dungeons and Dragons now. I don't know. We'll have to ask Ross Ritchie. Okay. I don't know. I think that is everything within reach. Now I can get some of this stuff put away so I don't have piles of crap laying everywhere. Hey, Martian Comic Hunter, appreciate you, man. Marvel Man, appreciate you. My Russian bot, appreciate you. Yeah, we'll catch you guys another time. Every day, some more books come in, and we'll do this again. Okay? Peace.